All right, we are live for some Mosaic football no huddle 5-box number 5. Thank you guys for the fill on this. This is our last no huddle break. All right, let's get it going. Good luck, everyone. Brent's getting breaks and lists and stuff done for us so we can go right into something else when we're done with this one. What's it going to be, Brent? The helmet break? I just woke Brent up from his nap. Second break of the night. We should have lots more stuff. I did just post a fun Bowman Draft baseball mixer. We got a Bowman Draft final filler up for the case break. That'll fill for sure. I posted a Roto basketball case, our last case of Roto. Yeah, Palmer, that's gonna be a fun mixer. I think it's just a bit high in price for a lot of people. That's the hard part with those tiered teams, is that it's expensive, but the value is there if you can afford it. Brent, did you try any fillers for that today?
Yeah.
What did you try? Top 2 or 3? Try a top 2 or even do a top 1. Just the top spot gets it. That might fill. Get it moving a little more. Disco, Stephon Diggs. We have a purple. Ooh, this is Brent's favorite quarterback, Kurt Warner, number /50. There's a Fields blue chips. Derek Brown, Trey McKitty. Drop the goat. And we have a Dimey Brown disco. And a blue Ramondre Stevenson /75 for the Patriots. There's a Mac Jones debut. Brandon Ayuk. Larry Fitz. Trey Sermon disco. Yeah, so many good teams. There's probably at least like 12 teams that are going to give you that type of value based on those 2 years. We have a pink Antoine Winfield /20 for the Bucks. Woodson silver. Where's our auto? Patrick Mahomes disco. Trevor Lawrence debut. Blue Antonio Gibson /75. There's a Devontae. Jared Goff. second to last card. We have a Curly Culp auto for the Chiefs. All right, box 2. See if we have anything hot in these 5 boxes. See if we can hit a nice low number big QB or a QB auto. All right, here we go. Box 2. Mac Jones base. Fred Biletnikoff. We have a blue Greg Newsome /75 for the Browns. Justin Fields debut. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Waddle, silver. How's it going, Darren? Jamison Crowder. Oh, the mat comes tomorrow. I did see that you messaged me. I'll respond to you after this break, man. Purple Levi Unzuriki for the Lions. That's numbered to 50. Give me some Mac Jones color. All right, let's find it. Let's freaking find it. We're big QB hunting. Devontae Adams. Kylan Hill for the Packers. Micah Parsons disco. That's nice for the Cowboys. Devontae Adams disco. Josh Allen silver. Trey Lance debut. A blue Brian Dawkins /75 for the Eagles. Zach Wilson debut. A Terrace Marshall Jr. silver. Our auto is a Marquez Stevenson for the Bills, no huddle. Rondale Moore disco. A pink, of course, it's a no-name. Jared Dokes /20 for the Dolphins. Not good when our low-numbered hits are going to be guys that we don't want to hit. Marshawn Lattimore. That's it for box 2. All right, box 3. Trey Lance, number to come in box 4. All right, let's call your shots, guys. Call your shots. You're dreaming. How about a pink one, right? Nice out of 20. If you have luck like mine, you'd get a pink one. But it'll be Trey Sermon or something. You're calling the Skins have another name change in 5 years? Yeah, 5 years they'll go back to the Redskins. When Redskins turns into being an acceptable name. Brent says it'll never go back to the Redskins. Brent's just being a Debbie Downer. All right, we have a gold Chris Godwin to 10 for the Bucks. First gold of the break. Gold is good. Gold is great. Kamara and Drew Lock. Drew Lock, future QB1 for the Packers. And, ooh, definitely the wrong Eagle to hit. No Huddle auto, Boston Scott. Eagles. Oh, is it breaking news? Is that really breaking news?
What?
Jim Harbaugh's returning to Michigan. Tom Brady. I was kind of hoping to see him as the Vikings coach. Took him so long to beat his biggest rival at Michigan. There was no way he'd be beating the Packers for at least 5 years.
Things change when Aaron's not around.
No, I think that's just a term in general. Marlon Humphrey Disco. Purple Leonard Williams to 50 for the Giants. If Love can't beat Drew Lock out.
If Love can't beat Drew Lock out, I'm going to freak my shit out.
I mean, I don't think Drew Lock's terrible. Tom Brady. I mean, he definitely has some. I mean, he's not a franchise QB, but he's got some qualities that could be good.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's got an arm. Jared Dokes. I mean, if Justin Fields debut, if you put him with the right coach, maybe he can do some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the LaFleur's new offense, I bet once Aaron's gone, it's going to be run heavy.
Yeah, I mean. And the Broncos never really... I mean, the Broncos have had skilled position guys. Travis Etienne. Granted, if Devontae's gone as well, I mean, we're not going to have hardly any good skilled position guys, but... Nick Chubb, purple.
We won't have any.
Yeah, we will, because we'll have top draft picks that we'll use to draft receivers. Zach Wilson debut. Or we'll go out and sign like Chris Godwin or something. Elijah Moore disco. Josh Palmer disco. There's a Trey Lance debut. I was reading on the whole Leonard Williams, the whole trade Devontae Adams to wherever Rodgers goes and maximize draft picks. There's a blue 2/75. So the Packers can franchise tag Devontae, which I would assume they're going to do. But they cannot trade Devontae until they are out of the hole for their cap space. Minka Fitzpatrick purple to 50. And they're currently 40 to 50 million in the hole right now. And putting Devontae on the franchise tag adds another 22 million. So that means they would need to clear 60-some million in salary to be able to trade Devontae.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
But, I mean, you trade Rodgers, that's already 30 to 40 right there on their cap space hit.
Yeah, you let Bakhtiari go.
Well, you can't let Bakhtiari go because he just signed his new deal recently, so that would kill you on dead cap. But you get rid of the Smith brothers. And then I think like some of the other ones like Dean Lowry, like Billy Turner's got to go. Like then we're probably pushing close to even money. Then we could trade Devontae. And then we'd also clear that 22 million in space then too. So if they can get a king's ransom for both those guys, oh, watch out. I would like where the future's looking if that's the case. Box 4. I certainly don't want to see Aaron retire and then see like Devontae walk and us not get anything for either of them. And knowing Packer luck, that's how it's going to exactly happen. That'll be our luck, Brent. Rodgers will retire, wait a year when his contract expires, and he'll be able to sign anywhere he wants, and that avoids giving Green Bay any draft capital. That would really stick it to the pack. I can't see him doing that, though. Especially when he's this old already. Rodgers to the Commanders. I mean, I foresee Rodgers going anywhere. I should say it'll be Rodgers and Adams as a package deal, in my opinion. Putting Aaron on the Commanders, getting Devontae signed with the Commanders with Terry McLaurin, ooh, and Antonio Gibson, that would be a scary offense. I'd like that.
Aaron's not going there. That franchise is so fucked.
I know Palmgren's watching, but I don't see Denver being any better than them. Washington's at least got a better defense. Budda Baker. Mac Jones debut. Kadarius Toney, purple to 50 for the Giants. Yeah, I don't think Taylor Heineke did terrible. I mean, it's hard because he's definitely not at the age where you can, like, you know, call him the future and, like, build around him. But he's definitely a quarterback they could at least keep and try to, like, draft a second or third round quarterback and try to groom him this next year, you know? Have him be, like, a stopgap starter. Yeah, I could see him going to the Colts, too. The Colts would be a sneaky play. The only bad thing about the Colts, Eric Stokes, is the Colts do not own their first-round pick this year due to the Carson Wentz trade. And I certainly do not want Carson Wentz. Devontae Smith, blue disco to 75. And if they're giving us Carson Wentz, I want him as zero value in the trade. Trevor Lawrence debut. I don't want it to be like Wentz in a 2023 first for Rodgers. That would blow my gaskets. Austin Eckler. I'd rather see him retire than get Wentz in a future pick. Peyton Manning. Jalen Darden. I could see the Raiders, though. I mean, I could see them trading Derek Carr in the deal. I wouldn't be thrilled on it. Davis Mills silver. I'd also see I could see Devontae going there if Rodgers even doesn't go there due to the Carr and Adams connection from college. Derek Brown purple to 50. Russell Wilson. Mac Jones base. Yeah, I mean, Wentz didn't do terrible, but if he couldn't turn it around under the coach that he had this MVP year, he's not turning it around for anybody. Aaron Rodgers, and he had the best running back in football, yardage-wise at least, so he wasn't even relied on. Josh Allen, blue, to 75, and he couldn't even beat the Jaguars at the end of the year to get into the postseason. Justin Fields debut. I don't know why this doesn't want to focus very well for me. Fletcher Cox and Landry. Maybe box 5. Maybe I went in the wrong order, Noah. Maybe that should have been box 4. Oh, speaking of the Packers, how about a no-huddle Amon Green auto? Yeah, I could also see the Steelers as an option. Steelers have draft picks still. It'll be interesting to see if they do actually trade Rodgers. I hope they do get a king's ransom for him. I would like first round picks this year and next year at minimum, and potentially a young decent player or like another second round pick somewhere. That would be at least my starting asking price. And I really don't want a quarterback in return. Like, I don't want another quarterback in return for value. I'd rather see them try to build around Jordan Love or just have one sucky season with Jordan Love and then draft a quarterback next year with one of their top 2 picks that they'll have next year. Because if Love sucks for a year, the Packers will own their own first-round pick, and it should be top 5 to 10, where they'll have the ammunition where they can trade around and get the QB they want next year if Love sucks. Yeah, if he goes to Denver, I think they could have a nice, potent offense.
Yeah, they could be nasty.
Depending on what they give up for Rodgers. Because I would assume if he goes to Denver, Devontae will also go to Denver. And I would assume the trade package would be multiple first-round picks for Rodgers. And then maybe like a Jerry Jeudy. Maybe Jeudy might go back, or even a Cortland Sutton might go back to the Packers. I would even take like Noah Fant back to the Packers. I would really like to get Surtain. Get Surtain from the Broncos. That would be my best play to get, but I don't see the Broncos giving up a future cornerstone on their defense. I think number-wise, Surtain was like one of the top cornerbacks as a rookie. Getting Surtain at least gives us some more cap flexibility and doesn't require us to re-sign Jair then. It'll be an interesting offseason. Hopefully all this stuff plays out in the next month or so and it doesn't drag along. Justin Fields' debut. Jacobs. Another interesting one will be to see if Seattle actually moves on from Russell Wilson. And if they do, it'll be interesting to see if Rodgers or Wilson goes first. J.J. Watt, because then that'll kind of set the bar for asking price. Ooh, Trevor Lawrence disco. Von Miller disco. Ramondre. I also see a way that the Packers actually end up keeping Rodgers. But I think speaking of him, blue Aaron Rodgers is 75. I think that route involves Rodgers taking a bit of a loss on in taking a discount. Mac Jones, which Aaron Rodgers has never done. So it'll be interesting to see if that plays out. Dawkins, because Aaron Rodgers is only staying a Packer if Devontae's a Packer, and there's no way they keep both of them if they can't get some sort of discounts from one or both of them. Surtain purple to 50. And it doesn't sound like Devontae wants to take a discount asking for $30 million a year. I certainly wouldn't give him a 4 or 5 year deal at $30 million a year. I mean, Devontae's a receiver that I don't think he's played a full season his whole career. Rice and Stokes. If I'm paying someone $30 million a year, you better be guaranteeing me you're playing every day, every week. Joe Montana. A blue Rashawn Slater for the Chargers to 75. You'd rather have Wilson than Aaron? I mean, Russell is younger. I also could see Russell not playing as long, though, either. I think I could see Russell being like a 2 or 3 more year quarterback and then being done. Ooh, and a 5 of 10 gold auto, Sean Merriman, Chargers. Devin White. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Bucs do. Zach Wilson debut. I think the Bucs will be a player for Aaron, but I don't see the Packers wanting to trade him to an NFC team. Daniel Jones, especially one that they potentially have to face next year. And I think they do have to play the Bucs next year.
No way he goes after Brady.
Kenny Galladay, purple. You don't think Aaron would want to go to the Bucs with that loaded roster? Trevor Lawrence. I mean, technically, he could take him to a Super Bowl next year, and that's something Brady couldn't do the year before. Aaron could take him twice, and that's something Brady could never have done. I mean, that's part of the reason I'd be willing to trade him. I mean, all the playoff losses he's had, all of them definitely aren't on Aaron. But Aaron also hasn't won very many of those games by himself either. He can win all the regular season games he can.
This year was the icing on the cake. If he can't win it this year.
Yeah, I mean, look at all those last 10 years. He had all those defenses that were absolutely trash, and he won every single game for us in the regular season. And come playoff time, he was never the same quarterback. He never played magnificent like he did in the regular season.
He did play well in the Super Bowl that year, though.
Well, yeah, he did. I mean, we won. Oh, there's always cap space. Those guys are so smart in those front offices. They always know how to make it work. All right, recap time. Wilson, Fields, Gold, Chris Godwin, Minka Fitzpatrick, Trey Lance, Brian Dawkins, Wilson, Greg Newsome, Levi Unzururiki, Jared Dokes, Fields, Mack, Marquez Stevenson, Lawrence, Mack, Antoine Winfield, Ramondre Stevenson, Curly Culp, autograph, Kurt Warner, Antonio Gibson, Mack, Rashawn Slater, Lawrence, Galladay, a gold Sean Merriman, lights out Merriman, more Fields, blue Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Surtain, Lawrence, Fields, Amon Green, Mack, Kadarius Toney, Derek Brown, Josh Allen, Mack, Trevor Lawrence, Devontae Smith, Lance, Nick Chubb, Tua, Leonard Williams, and a Boston Scott. I have not looked, Darren, but I would assume it's definitely not getting moved up. I can tell you that they haven't been moving products up in a long time, so if it's at least going to be March, if not, it gets moved back. I have you guys, I can look right on the release calendar. If you go on Blowout, they do have a release calendar. Let's look for Prism. Prism is scheduled. That's not. Prism Football is scheduled for April 6th. Prism No Huddle is scheduled for April 13th.
I have number cables in my car.
And then, what else are you asking? Phoenix? Phoenix is scheduled for March 16th. So that'll be out in the middle of March.